embarrassing, but she had asked about it. She was I like her. She's really nice.
Yeah. Are you guys ready? Okay. I'm going to call this public hearing to order. It's the public hearing to consider conditional use application 2023-0002 for the Crown Castle Cell Tower location, Lewicki Road, Monday, April 3rd, 2023. In attendance this evening are Supervisors Cassiola, Barney, Fleer, Agizio, and Fisher, as well as Dan Dizeroth, Township Engineer, Gretchen Moore, Solicitor, Don Janusa, Township Manager, Assistant Township Manager Jack King. If you intend to speak at all this evening, please stand up to be sworn in.
Might as well, just in case. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, raise your right hand if you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth.
I do.
This public hearing was duly advertised on March 13th and March 24th, 2023. Go ahead. Do you want to
Yeah,
start the presentation?
the other one. Okay. I'm Robert Ratcher. I'm the attorney for Crown Castle. Just to give you some background on this site. This is the site at 78 Lewicki Road. Behind you and on your monitors, you can see there's an existing site over to the right of the screen. This site is a site that is being moved, proposed to be moved 2,200 feet over to the location closer to 79. The net result will be that once the new tower, if approved, is totally constructed and commissioned, the old tower will be torn down. So no net increase in towers in the township. Back in 2018, this time of year around 2018, this board approved the conditional use for this tower. Subsequently, there were 2 appeals to the trial court in Washington County and also to the Commonwealth Court. Both courts upheld your approval, conditional use approval. During that time period, Crown pulled a building permit from the township, began to construct the tower. It was at that time that Mr. Sluchak filed an appeal to the issuance of the building permit on the basis of some language that's in the ordinance. And ultimately, the courts decided that in his favor. We have appealed that decision to the Commonwealth Court, but looking at it, Crown Castle determined that perhaps the better path and the shorter path is to come in and see if we could get a new conditional use approval from you.
For the record, I actually am going to read it. I guess I could read it in now. This is a letter from Mr. Ferguson, who is Mr. Sluchak's attorney. And it says, I represent Dennis Sluchak, owner of 34.4 acres of property with an address of 47 Grudovich Road, parcel ID 140-014-0000-0028-03, which abuts the above referenced parcel of property to the east for plus or minus 890 feet. As the township is aware, Mr. Sluchak has been a party to legal proceedings in connection with the above proposed communications tower project since 2015. Mr. Sluchak has engaged in discussions with Crown Castle that have resulted in an amicable resolution of his concerns and objections related to the sitting, development, construction, and operation of the communications tower project, and accordingly, he does not intend to appear at the April 3rd, 2023 conditional use hearing, nor raise objections and or engage in any present or future litigation regarding the aforementioned project. I request that this letter be made part of the conditional use public hearing record.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So essentially, we have provided you with a number of documents, including the construction drawings for the tower. We also have some RF maps to demonstrate the need for RF engineering. And I had proposed that we also submit to you some excerpts from the 2018 conditional use hearing. Because frankly, what we're saying tonight and what we're submitting is exactly what you already have. So to the extent that you will accept those into the record, we obviously have these gentlemen here, that they're the same people that testified last time. They're willing to answer any questions you have or provide any testimony that you might want to hear or that anybody in the audience might want to hear.
Board members, those were circulated to you. Do you have any objection with accepting them into the record? I do not. Okay, nobody has an objection to accepting them into the record, so they
Thank
are
you.
formally accepted.
So at this time, if you have specific questions for me or for any of our witnesses, we'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, it's our position that we've basically submitted the same application on the same terms and conditions. Nothing has changed. The tower was constructed. It was constructed according to the construction drawings. The only thing that needs to be done there is the electricity needs to be hooked up. The tenants that are on the other tower need to be moved over. And as part of the whole package, we obviously have to decommission and deconstruct the existing tower.
Board members, do you have any questions? Yes. Darling, can you talk into your microphone?
Yes, how long was it going to take you to take it from that one tower that's on one hill and move it to the tower that you have there now?
Mike, come on up.
Just state your name for the record, please.
Michael Hammer with Crown Castle. Hammer, Hammer, 12 months or less.
12 months or less. Which one's going to be out of commission for that length of time? Both of them, or?
It's going to be a gradual process. Essentially, we're going to install the new technology on the new site. Once it's fully operational, it goes through an integration phase in which they have to integrate it with the surrounding sites. Once it's fully integrated, then we decommission it off of the existing structure. Once all of our tenants are decommissioned off the existing structure, we take the structure down.
Okay, so in other words, that one that's been there for years stays until the other one's ready, is up and running?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then none of the equipment or anything from the one that's on the existing tower right now is going to be transferred to the new one?
Some of it may, but normally in most cases, they use this as an opportunity to upgrade to the latest and greatest. So I don't want to say wholeheartedly that none of it would be used, but in most cases, they deploy new technology and install new equipment when there's an opportunity to do so.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yes. Would this have any negative impact on proposed future development of Cool Valley?
No, I think it actually facilitates the development of Cool Valley.
Okay, and as far as setbacks and everything, we're okay on the setbacks?
Yes, yeah, it meets all the setbacks in your ordinance, and this gets it essentially out of the way so Cool Valley can do their development.
Thank you.
They still have to finish something else with PennDOT, but yeah, your tower is no issue. Any other board members have any questions? Can you turn on your microphone?
Are you guys looking to put another cell tower up on Burnside?
We can't ask that as part of this conditional use hearing. So you can ask that afterwards, but outside of this hearing.
Sure.
Sorry, I just don't want it to be part of the record. Any other questions specifically related to this tower in this hearing? I'm sorry? I will, once I'm done with board members. Anybody in the audience have any questions related to this tower in this hearing? Dan, did you have anything you wanted to say? Gretchen, anything you want to say? You're good? I'm good. Okay. If nobody has any further questions, if you don't have anything else you want to add, and there's no questions from the audience, I think.
I just want to make sure that you have the RF plots, and there was also originally, there was a structural report, an engineer structural report that went with the original application, and I want to enter those two things into the record.
Yes, please. They can be entered. You're good?
That's all I have.
Okay. At this point, this hearing is closed, and the determination will happen at our meeting in 45 minutes or so. Thank you.
Can I ask them now?
Yeah, now you can ask me. Ron, I want them to give you the reports or not.
Huh?